live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's another episode of Venture Maidens. Oh, it has been so long since we've all seen your faces. It's been a month since we last streamed an episode of Venture Maidens. I'm very excited to be back in the thick of things since we're rocketing towards the end of this campaign. So things have been heating up. I'm very excited you all are here. Welcome. My name is Celeste Konowich, and tonight I shall be your dungeon master.
My name is Brittany Quintero, and tonight I'm going to be your Moon Elf Warlock, Arnadel Ithil.
Hi, I am Katie, and I'm going to be playing Fairvalin, the Tiefling Sorceress.
Hey, I'm Nassim, and I'm playing your human monk, Sayanur.
And I'm Sage, and I'm gonna be your totally bodacious barbarian, Cara Brunhilde.
Oh no, bro barbarian tonight. Okay, yay. Oh, wow, everybody. Oh, it's so good to see you. Welcome. If you are in the US, happy day of sanity, everyone. Welcome. It was a very good day so far. So let's celebrate with some D&D. It's okay to think about fantasy worlds again for a second anyway. So yeah, but before we get into the recap of what happened last time, and luckily all the maidens, we all rewatched last episode, so we're fresh, we're ready to give a sick recap. But before we do that, I want to tell you all about a dice giveaway that we are doing. RPG Dice has generously donated another set of dice for us to give away. So stick around. Halfway through the episode, we are going to open up this dice set giveaway. We're going to give you that secret code word. You have to enter it in chat and then stay till the very end of the episode to win that drawing. So let's show the people these bad boys. Look at those beautiful bronzy dice. This is the Meld into Stone set from RPG Dice, dice spelled with a Y. So stick around for these treasures. Yeah.
Strong dwarf vibe.
Strong big dwarf energy in these
big
dice.
Dwarf energy.
Big dwarf energy coming from these dice. Oh, okay. So that's that. That's the business. Sorry, I couldn't find the button. Everything's fine. This episode is gonna go great. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's dive into the recap, maidens. What happened last time on Venture Maidens?
So much.
Definitely started off with some super awkward and appropriate small talk of introducing each other. It was really cringy and awkward, but eventually through alcohol and snacks, we got somewhere.
Isn't that the way?
Yeah, it's true. This is the way. And we started giving Venetius the rundown of why in the heck we're here and what we need and what it'll take for us to leave her tiny studio apartment.
Yep. And how'd that conversation go? What happened?
Ups and downs, I'd say. We pretty much we learned a lot of information about her part in creating the gods and the human race and everything like that. And we basically tried to convince her to give us these schematics to basically destroy her big invention, which she wasn't too fond of because, frankly, she doesn't really appreciate the gods killing all of her loved ones that she has of the Titan race. And eventually, Cara called her the fuck out and was like, if you want to call yourself a mother, then you need to start acting like one. And we were all like, all right, Cara, you're still hot, you're still rolling. And Menetios ended up getting really upset and leaving us to her little amazing apartment with the best snack drawer ever. And we basically waited for her to come back while we discussed the information she gave us about how we don't technically need gods to have our divine magic. Well, to have magic. And we fucked around with Chess a little bit, who's under a shot glass.
We just determined if he could breathe, which I don't think we figured out. Maybe that's why he's knocking on the.
He's
but
fine for
also,
a while.
I don't appreciate. I don't appreciate that he knows that he's trapped.
Yeah, that is
like
a
that.
little.
Okay, if you're walking down the street, if you're walking to the to the laundromat with your laundry, and suddenly a large glass barrier just descended on you, you'd probably knock on some fucking glass to be like,
I would.
So
Well,
it's
it's a
that
safe
he's in his right
assumption.
mind, and therefore we can trust him.
exactly.
It also
Who's
wasn't, you
to
know,
say that the glass is even visible?
We all under a
I don't
large
know.
glass
I think
in
it's a
life,
pretty-
just knocking
yeah.
on the walls. Um,
Wow.
Magic.
What if Chess was one of us?
oh God. Anyway, so then Menetios eventually came back and agreed that now is not the time of the Titans at this point, and she's gonna leave it to us to do what we feel is right for our own kind. And we decided that Saye was gonna get a badass set of brass knuckles, but it was gonna take, I think she said, 3 days for her to make this. And I think that's where we left off.
Yeah. Yeah. So a pretty intense conversation episode last time. So that is where we are picking up. You all had, made your case to Menetios, and at the end of it all, she had agreed to help you out, saying that maybe this was the time that she was meant to, reveal herself, to live or die in the world as it was and no longer stay removed. So after some discussion, you all had agreed that Saye would carry this weapon that Menetios was going to forge, the only weapon in existence that could damage the Avatar in any way. So this decision has been made, and I think the mood right now, once again, this tiny little, basically, artist studio that Menetios lives in, this tiny little pocket dimension, you all are sitting there on the assembled furniture in this space, and I think the mood is very grim. There's definitely, Menetios, in agreeing to do this, is, in effect, in a way, signing her own death warrant. And with that, she kind of stands in the middle of the silence and starts assembling some things off of the table. She, picks up some paper, some pens, clears a space. You see there's like a drawing board that's set up in one corner. She pulls, a schematic from it and kind of sits on this stool and just starts sketching with a pencil.
Should we?
I pour myself another drink from
Yeah,
that
that's-
magic cabinet.
Yep.
Should we? Is there somewhere else for us to go? Do you want your space? I
Oh,
don't know.
if
Also,
you would,
kind of want to hang out with you.
well, I figure I should start on this, and I do get very absorbed in my work. I will do my best to make these as quickly for you as possible. I think 72 hours should do it, but I will be pretty involved. I can go somewhere else, or if you would like to go somewhere else, I mean, and she looks around once again at all of these maze boxes around her, and she's like, I'll go. And she kind of picks up the easel and like looks at one of these boxes. She's like, I just help yourselves to anything.
Is there anything off limits? Because I'm looking at these books over here, and I'm sure you have a fine collection.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wrote them all myself, so I don't. Hopefully, you enjoyed that.
Yes.
I guess just be wary what you touch. I mean, if you touch any of these, and she looks at the maze boxes again, you'll go into them. So.
Oh no, I don't want to go there. Just the books.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
If we do go into them, though, how do we get back out?
That's a very good question. Let's
not touch them.
I only built the teleport circles for me. I don't think they'll work on you. So maybe don't.
Okay.
I mean, if you do, I can probably find you.
Yeah, I just think at some point we might want to talk to the little shot glass boy over there.
Oh, yeah. If you just pick it up, you should be able to you know how you could kind of see me, or at least my eye, when you were down there.
So we'll just whisper and then he'll yell back at us, basically.
Yeah.
Phil.
Yeah. And she's just kind of nodding, and you can tell she's totally thinking about something else during this
Yeah.
entire conversation.
All right. Well, if the snack cupboard never runs out, I think I'm all set.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and
Thank
she
you.
she comes over to you, Saye, real quick, and without asking, kind of takes your hands and like looks at them, and she like really looks them over, and just, you know, kind of, you can see her doing mental calculation. She's like, okay, and she grabs another, you know, sheet of paper under her arm, and then taps one of these boxes, and she's gone.
Hey, Saye, that was a bigger deal than your wedding dress fitting you might have one day if you want.
For real. I mean, Saya definitely feels that way. I think the weight of everything that's just happened and is happening and what we've just learned starts to kind of hit her even more, having this new responsibility. But so she kind of wants to take a second to just kind of recuse herself from everyone else and, I don't know, think about all of that.
Yeah, I mean, there are, you know, 4 corners of this space. Which corner do you go to? What's there? What are you looking at?
The bottom left corner.
Okay. So that's probably the corner closest to that maze box, you know, where chess is down here. So it's got like this long, it was probably a drawing table, or, you know, a dining room table at some point, but it's been absolutely covered in paints and like water cups and just all kinds of, you know, loose parchments and sketchbooks. So sort of like a big art table.
Okay. Yeah. She kind of gets into a gaze with one of the blank canvases and starts meditating on everything.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Oh, you know what I'm doing.
Yeah. So is there anything in particular you're looking for with these covers? I think most of these, it looks like a collection of journals, technical manuals, and maybe like some dissertations on.
Oh my God. Like, honestly, all of the above, but I'm gonna just grab the first one, and I purely just like excitement to be able to read a fucking ancient Titans writings. But of course, I'm like, maybe there's something in here that would like help get to know the situation a little better.
Sure. I think it'll probably take you a while to find anything relevant to you, but I mean, this first book that kind of catches your attention, I think you pick up, and it seems to be some kind of dissertation on the magic theory surrounding shapes. So this is a book about geomancy in particular, and how magical symbols originated based on like how lines and shapes can channel magic and power. And it's just a fascinating read.
Oh yeah.
Immediately, I think, pulls you in.
Sounds fucking great.
Yeah. Kara, Farah, what are y'all up to?
Oh my God. I don't even know.
I know.
Kara has no idea what to do with herself, because it's like, it's at the one of this point where, you know, you're staying at your friend's house and they're like trying to get some work done.
Yeah,
and
and you're
just
like
there. You're like, you don't want to make too much noise
Mhm.
because, you know, they're working, and it's one of those awkward situations where she's going to, I guess she would eventually like check in with Dear Chess here and try and talk to them.
Sure. Okay, so, and Farah, what are you up to?
I think she's gonna like. I think she's at this point, after the conversation that they just had, is gonna find like, you know, the futon that I'm sure is there.
Oh yeah, you have to clear some stuff off, but there's a futon.
Yeah, and she's gonna like take a peep over at Saye and like just kind of like sit in like your stereotypical meditative pose, which is wrong. She's wrong. And she's just gonna like kind of like close her eyes with like the little like hands and like sit there and just like start to try to meditate, but like just very distracted by like Cheeto stuck in her teeth, you know, like what's that smell?
Very noisy, very shuffly.
Yeah. But she's
You're-
just gonna do her best because I don't know that she's really fully in the mood to talk with anyone right now.
Yeah.
That's totally fair.
So Kara, you head over towards this, the box where Chess is trapped underneath this shot glass. And you can see now that the glass has been obscured by some kind of effect inside. And you see every few seconds, like this puff of color and like swirls start to like move around inside the glass as if they're maybe casting something to try and get attention.
She will head over then, and she will very gently lift the shot glass off of Chess and set it to the side.
Yeah, and you see, this tiny figure, like maybe the size of like a Polly Pocket. You had those?
Man. The old ones.
Yeah, the old ones. The
man.
ones that just fold in half in a very frightening manner.
Yes.
It's like the size of a Polly Pocket. This tiny little Chess kind of looks up at the sky, right after like shooting this blast of like colorful energy from their hand. And it's just kind of raising their hands up, sort of like maybe in almost like a surrender gesture.
Mm-hmm. She will stick her face down and she is going to say, "How come you didn't end up with all the chess pieces?"
And then you can see this figure kind of like falters backwards and is looking up. And this very, very small voice says, "Who are you?"
Ooh, you can totally fuck them. Oh my god.
It definitely goes through Kara's mind. She's immediately like, "Oh my god, how can I fuck with this person?" And she's going to say, "I'm Menetios."
Clara! They yell upwards when you say that. Your accent comes thundering down on top of this person.
You got me.
Could you get me up there? I don't know what's happening, but I seem to have been trapped in some kind of invisible barrier.
Kara had removed the shot glass off of Jess.
Yeah, and they're like,
"Okay,
get me before it comes back."
Oh. And she'll say, "I'll ask Menetios first. I don't know if they're in the mood for more guests."
Menetios is up there? What's going on? What can you see? What is she like? And you see Chess is pulling out like scrolls and like pens.
Oh, and then Kara's gonna pull her face back and look around to everyone else and be like, "So do we want to invite Chess?"
I don't think we can. Only Munitius can manipulate those portals.
I think we can pick him up,
You can probably
but
pick
we
him up.
can't make him big. Kind of like when
That's-
she
they would-
first raised
Ooh,
this.
if they are really tiny, that would make me feel a lot better about this
I
situation. 'Cause then you
don't-
could always squish them.
They're just like
They're
popped
super-
open an eye, like immediately meditation broken is like, I mean, what's he gonna do? We have a Titan.
Get fucking lost, conveniently go invisible, and then be absolutely impossible to find at that tiny ass size.
Well, now we can put them in the shot glass.
I don't trust
The
it
trauma.
because I think that I'm like, no. Magic is I don't
That's
know
a good
what
idea.
amount of magic. I think that they're capable of.
Put them in a
like-
jar and poke some holes.
I can because I can dimension door if I can see where I'm going, and I
True.
think that they can do that
True.
too.
That's a
At
valid point.
least. I'm
Absolutely
so
valid
alarmed
point.
at bringing their
Yes.
Chess's ass into this situation.
Farah's like completely just doesn't feel threatened by him at this point, as we're like massively a million times bigger than his size, and no magic that she's ever heard of is gonna make him this size.
I've
Them.
read about plenty that would be very alarming, and I don't know what that fool's packing.
You'd have to cast in large hella times.
Yeah,
Lots of
you
people
don't know
concentrating.
a spell Arnodale that could bring something that small to even your size. Because even if you cast enlarge, even if you made it a huge creature, like that's.
I'm so not. We've battled massive shit before and we took it down. I'm so not okay with bringing his ass in here.
Yeah, but we did that. We couldn't have done it solo.
I mean,
Well, also, Kara is also addressing Menetios and be like, look, this person is really gonna want to talk to you for a long time, and I know you got shit to do.
Oh, Menetios
So, I
is
mean,
gone for sure.
I don't think it's
okay.
also not good manners to bring somebody else into somebody else's house while they're away.
I mean, that's fair.
You see,
Can we get-
see little sparks of like red flame like up above the maze.
Does someone else want to talk to them?
No,
Like at this point, like Farrah's on like vodka number 4. Like,
I'm like throwing my book,
Right.
snapping the book politely closed. I'm like, I so strongly disagree.
Well, all right. I will find an opaque container so they can't have line of sight, and then we can put them in it, and then we can talk.
Can't we
Very
talk
cold piece of
from where
toxic
they're at
masculinity.
now?
More little
I guess
fireworks
so.
are going off. It's a little strained, yelling back and forth, but
I mean, we're gonna have to do
Yeah.
that anyway if they're in a cup.
I mean,
guess.
they're technically there. They're just
Yeah.
in a maze.
I don't want to. I'm so firmly against bringing chess into this room outside of the maze.
oh, whatever you guys want to do, I'm just over here meditating. So
I'll dunk my head
If-
back in to see what they have to say.
Kara, if you're getting tired, I'm happy to come assist in the conversation.
can you get me out?
Nope, I literally have no idea. Sorry. You should have talked to that about your Yugoloth about that. But Menetios isn't here, and Arnie said it would be impolite to bring guests into someone else's very small live workspace. It's like 300 square feet, but for giants.
Can you tell me more about it? And again, they start to like sketch on their papers.
Cara will continue, and she will rattle off all of the details that she has acquired thus far as she's like yelling into the spy.
Yeah, and Chess seems to be dutifully and interestingly noting all of this.
Oh my god. I like have to put the book down, which is a lot for me. And I'm like, hold on, what the fuck is happening right now? What is going on?
What are you all talking about?
What's happening? Hold on, that's a lot of details. Kara, what's going on?
I'm here to document a Titan's lair. This is very interesting.
That's also not what you said you were originally doing. You wanted to just write about the excitement of the adventure. Their lair shouldn't be that important. I'm so paranoid.
Who is that? Chess yells up to you, Kara.
Well, that's Arnadel. That's the elf one.
What can I do to make you trust me? This is very uncomfortable.
hey,
It's
Kara,
mutual.
ask them about why were the Checkered Follies there? Because I want to know.
Yo, that's such a good idea. Kara is also drinking.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
keeping up with keeping up with Ferris drinks. Okay, but all right, I'll tell you more about where Menetios lives and what it looks like and stuff. If you tell me, I mean, I can't really tell if you're lying or not, but I'm a pretty intuitive person. If you say what the Checkered Follies were doing in North Point and how they got the information.
Do you promise?
Yes. And she'll stick her
Do
pinky
you
through, and
promise?
you see this
And
giant
he
pinky
retreats,
floating.
yeah, from it. This giant finger, and kind of reaches out a finger. You guess you can't feel it; it's so small. And they say, I had a friend who told me what was going to happen, and we wanted to help, so we showed up.
Was it Rem?
Wait, how do you what happened?
Well, that the drow were digging up some kind of artifact, and that's sort of my thing, finding hidden lore and such. So I wanted to get in there.
Oh, this is like a really desperate tour guide. try to get the drop on all the new archaeological locations.
I'm like gonna
You realize
like
Chess-
angrily
Yeah.
whisper. I'm like, I don't trust a single word that's coming out of that person's mouth.
And you realize, I mean, Chess is yelling at the top of their lungs.
Fine, hope that fool gets hoarse and then can't sing a tune.
Kara's eventually like, I mean, look, I know I was really suspicious about Chess earlier, but I don't know. I'm kind of coming around on them. I think they're fine.
Absolutely not.
Sarah from the futon. Who was your friend? We want names.
You wouldn't know them. They're a demon.
Try us.
Why are you
The
hanging out
Bartleby?
with demons?
The Bartleby?
Is it the collector?
Yeah. How do
How
you
do we
know
know
about
some of
them?
Oh, it's a long story. Oh my god, sit down. You're gonna love this. And Kara will tell the tale of finding Bartleby locked in a glass jar in Bastard's Breach, letting them out, fighting them, and then seeing them later in Chauciana.
That's
They're
very
friends.
unfortunate that you let them out. When
That
you
was
did, they came to collect a contract I owed them. That's sort of why I'm here. Small
And what was the
world, huh?
Oh, really?
What was the contract?
I need to
I'm like,
collect information for them.
Oh, this is cool. I like this diagram. Bartleby gets around. Damn.
Demon
Wonder,
of
well,
knowledge.
What information?
Yo.
That's this currency, yo.
Just
Wonder what
information.
Bartleby wants. What does Bartleby want information with the
I
Meteos?
honestly can't say what demons of knowledge do with all that knowledge.
Oh, no, for
And they're
sure.
coughing because they've been
I'm
screaming
sure
for
Bartleby
so long.
wouldn't tell you. I've just now my interest is piqued because Bartleby kind of became low key frenemy. The last time we ran into him, I was like, I'm kind of, I hate you, but like, I get it. Like, I kind of get it. Oh, I'm still like out to the pasture with
So,
Sir Chess.
can you keep telling me details? You made a promise.
Like minimal.
Or we'll keep rattling some things off.
There's walls.
About the drawers that have all the snacks. How it's just piled high with shit. How she's made tons of these boxes, and this is just X iteration in some unknowable number of boxes.
That fool could dimension door with your verbal description.
No, they can't.
No.
No, they can't.
I don't know.
They have to
I
be
just-
able to see.
I am literally paranoid about this.
We know.
Sarah's just on the futon
I'm-
laying down at this point, like, is Jess here yet?
I'm
Not
gonna
yet.
like go to the farthest corner and just pick up the book and remove myself.
Yeah. So I think you can talk back and forth to Chess for a while. They listen intently to everything you have to say. You know, and eventually they'll flip over a new page or, you know, it get to a couple hours at, you know, one point. Anything else you all are doing? You all have been apparently completely abandoned by Manetios in this space.
I think it's eventually some point, since we have like these drawers that just give us the things that we want, and Manetius went through a cooking phase, Kara's just gonna look around to start making a meal.
Ooh.
Yeah, what do you make?
Ooh.
Oh man, if we could have like any ingredient in the world in the multiverse,
Mm-hmm.
Car makes a fucking brisket.
Oh my god. Oh my
Of
god.
all
Yes.
the
The
things
Jewish
in all the
brisket.
multiverse, I make a brisket.
Dude,
Dude, so good.
that you can't fuck with a good brisket.
It's
Oh my
comfort food.
God. And you get the good like carrots and potatoes with it that have
Mhm.
just been
Oh,
cooking. Ooh,
yeah. Yeah.
it's slow.
I want to digest as many of those goddamn books as my hungry eyes can get on.
All right.
It's a thing. It's not anything I would ever stream about, but
Oh,
I
oh.
think I see our faces.
Oh, it's doing the loading thing again.
Damn, I think it's a Twitch problem.
I think it must be. Okay. Well, I see us here.
Okay. Well, folks, let us know how we're doing now. We've switched rigs. So we're running from a different computer, though. This might be a Twitch problem. It looks like we're getting connectivity issues there. Cool. So I guess let's just try our best. Everyone. All right. It seems to be better so far. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's do
Knock
it.
on
live.
wood.
Wow. Knock on wood. Chess, stop messing with the internet. Okay. So, great. Video is a bit laggy, but audio is great. So I guess it's probably a Twitch thing, but we'll work
Good
through it.
enough.
All right. So, so Manetios, had come back into the room and is just looking around, sort of at all you. And yes. Do you need anything? Do you want me to send you somewhere? I suppose I could, recommend a place if there's somewhere you would like to go in a maze. I've built pretty much everything.
personally, I'm pretty happy just chilling because we've really been through the full gamut.
Maybe
And-
tomorrow.
Yeah, like I think we're. Well, I don't know. How do everybody?
This
food
meal
time
that they're
all
cooking
hosting.
up smells real good. So
It's
let's
been
at
a
least
minute
stay
since
for-
we've been able to chill.
stay for that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nitios, I know you don't eat, but like you should definitely take a plate because I'm getting this recipe, by the way, Kara, because it is just chef kiss.
Okay. And she'll take a plate of food, and then she kind of just heads off and disappears once again, leaving you all to your devices. So time passes. Is there anything notable that happens over the next few hours, next day, anything at all? Because Manetio seems to be pretty hard at work in what she's doing. So unless you all ask her for something or specific, she'll just keep on working.
I think I mean I don't have anything particular for the first day. So if anyone else does, but day 2 I would like to go somewhere.
Where are you thinking?
I just think if she's got maybe like a endless field that's relaxing and nice, maybe that will be my ticket to meditation. Will you come help me? I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I would love to go to a field with you and train. Are you kidding me? That sounds like a dream. Yeah, let's ask her if she could let us escape for a little while.
Yeah, and you catch her back on one of these trips where she seems every once in a while she'll come back, drop off some books, pick up some paper, grab new materials. You catch her on one of these trips, and she turns to you. Oh, yes, of course. Where would you like to go? I have fields, meadows, abandoned ruins, empty monasteries, mountaintop views, planes in the astral sea. I've made them all.
Whatever would suit some training and meditation, light meditation.
Can you be more specific? I'm not one to meditate. I don't really know what you would need for that. So why don't you tell me, Nassim, what's the little pocket that she sends you to? It works very much the same way as passing through the gates before did, except of course she can put you somewhere where there are people, aren't people. Like it, totally up to you.
Literally, I mean, the list you gave was just all so fantastic. I put a little piece of every single one in my head as to what would be the ideal place to just do your martial arts and then take 20 minutes or so to sit down and reflect.
Okay.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
But like a cliff with definitely some like daisies or something in the grass, and then plenty of flat land, and then the sky is friggin' purple and astral and pretty,
Full of stars. Yeah.
full of stars.
Okay. Yeah. And she connects you with one of these places and tells you specifically where to touch on this maze. And as soon as you do, you're gone and you're transported to this place. Just this beautiful, serene location that looks, Saye, so much like what you had in your mind. It's amazing that Manetios had something like this. And the fact is, Manetios has built hundreds of these worlds, thousands of these worlds, in the time she's been trapped. So of course there's something. And you all stand, on the grassy hill overlooking these strange rolling mountains that kind of turn into these shapes that look like energy. And it all melds eventually into the horizon, into this endless sea of stars. But for now, there are the little daisies. You see the little mossy stones of something. Maybe it was like a fallen structure of some kind, but it's long been abandoned. This is a quiet place with no one but the two of you.
Oh man, this is heaven.
Whew. So, I heard you say we're gonna do martial arts.
If you're open to it. I just think it really helps you energize and focus on your body, every muscle group, every nerve. It just connects every part of you, and it kind of makes it a lot easier to find that flow and that zen when you come to your meditation.
Okay, I mean that all makes sense. Just please do not kick my ass, because I'm not ready for that right now, mentally or physically.
We'll do something even lighter than that. How about let's just do some yoga.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna start a yoga flow here with Farah.
Very cool.
Let me roll for yoga.
I love it. I love it so much. Farah, I love this journey for you.
I love this journey for you. All right, do you want to come with? I know Arnold's very happy in the books right now, but I mean...
No, Car would definitely appreciate the alone time for a bit, since it's been quite a while since any of us have had some serious
alone time.
Yeah. And so she would definitely want to look for a place that would be like a dwarven tag, because she just wants to reminisce about home and really take the time to miss her dads and her family, and return to a place of comfort.
Yeah. And you can certainly, transport yourself to one of these massive, cities under the mountain. It looks so similar in architecture and style towards your own home. Every once in a while you catch glimpses of something. You're like, oh my, I know that. No, it's a little bit different. But it's really nice to see. I mean, every object in this place, every piece of furniture has been immaculately rendered in this dwarven style. So it's almost like walking through, model homes of dwarven society. What was that, Nassim?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, sorry. I thought finger.
And yeah, she definitely, and even though Kara knows that it's not real stone, but it feels so nice to just have that little bit of like touch of home to help settle her mind and soothe her heart.
Yeah. While we're all doing some soothing yoga flows and, walking through the city, I think now's a good time to open up our dice giveaway. Yay, dice giveaway. Oh my god, big dwarf energy. So important for this. So Sage, what is the code word? As a reminder, once again, to enter to win, you have to enter this code and then stick around to the end of the stream to claim your prize. I will say we probably are going to be playing a little bit later since we did have some connectivity issues. So if you're willing to stick around, you should enter that giveaway. What is the word?
Exclamation point, stonecutter. Bonus points if you get the reference.
Stonecutter? I don't get it.
I don't get the bonus
I don't
points.
get the bonus points. Cool. So make sure to enter that and stick around to the end of the stream when we will poll a winner. Yeah. So how does yoga go, Farah? Have you ever done yoga before?
I don't think that she's done yoga, but she does other things that require a lot of flexibility. So she's like surprising herself with how well she's doing because I rolled an 18, so that's what's happening now.
Nice. Nailing it.
Yeah. So she like doesn't know the moves, but like she's executing surprisingly well.
Nice. And Saya, how is it going teaching Farah this?
Yeah, I was about to say, apparently it doesn't go that well.
So Farah thinks she is doing super well. But what is the problem on your end as the teacher here?
Perhaps I'm having trouble. I think we're facing each other, and that messes Saya up for the first half, thinking like, no, I said left, and not figuring out that we're not mirroring each other. But it takes her a while before she realizes she should turn around and face the same direction as Pharaoh while teaching. This is my first yoga class. Okay, I'm really sorry. I swear I'm better than this.
No, I'm having a great time. This is great. I love being good
You're
at things.
crushing it. You look amazing. Look at those lines.
So much. Thank you. So when do I get in touch with my inner magic? Is that like in the middle of Downward Dog, or is that the warrior?
You know, it comes with practice. It probably will take a few more sessions rather than, your first time doing yoga. But it kind of just comes with the breath. That's why doing some sort of activity is always so comforting to me, and was something I recommend before sitting down for yoga. I mean, for meditation. It's all in your breath, and you find that rhythm of your own heart and body and soul, and it all comes together, and you find that power.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know what I'm doing, but I trust you implicitly, and I'm really grateful that you're willing to do this.
I'm grateful to have a student. I've never done something like this before, and it would be incredible if we got to do this together and you found your power within yourself and you could do something without the fear of it being taken away from you ever again.
That would be really good. If I do that, I'll wake up with you in the morning. Damn, I'll get up at 5 a.m. for some inner power.
Oh, you got it. Training starts today.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't really. Oh, okay.
Okay, I didn't mean it. Okay. New Year's resolution. Okay.
Day after. But I'm tired.
I went to the gym once. I think that counts.
Why am I me right now?
All right. So I think in this, it rolls into a couple hours into 4, 5, 6, Farah. And I think that starts to kind of wear at you all a bit. So you're about halfway through that second day. Arnadel, how's it going with the books? Are you just continuing to read things? Anything in particular you found that's really interested you?
I mean, honestly, I'm opening these books with a completely open mind. This is the way that I'm viewing this opportunity is just that. It is an opportunity to read from an ancient being that has, you know what I mean? Like, this ain't in your average library, or probably even your most sacred magical library. This is like, so I'm just completely fueled by the opportunity and I want to I am a glutton for what these have to offer. And I want to absorb as much of them as I can, given the time that we're hanging out here. So, and I've also cloistered myself plenty of times to like get through massive amounts of reading. So yeah, I'm living my best life. And I'm just honestly, like, I'm not even looking for anything in particular. Obviously, if something pops up while I'm reading that I want to make a footnote of or highlight or, you know, write in my own notes about, yeah, definitely. But I'm just absorbing the ability to get to read this in the first place.
Yeah. And as you are reading these things, I think, you know, while you're not finding things specific to your situation, you feel like maybe Menetios found that painful or didn't exactly talk about that, but you do find some personal diaries and more of these dissertations, these manuals, and it becomes so clear to you that the way Menetios speaks and thinks is so radically different than any of the mortals that you have ever encountered. Every word you read is a revelation, and you feel that, like, physically and emotionally as you read it. It's just opening up your mind in ways that you couldn't even comprehend before. What is your current intelligence score?
Sorry, 17.
As you read these books and you spend multiple hours doing it, you feel your mind expanding. You can go ahead and increase your score by 1 point. You jump up to an 18 just from reading the words of this Titan, who has made so much and found so much. It radically changes your perception, and you are completely aware, if Menetios were able to return to the world or share this knowledge, you all, as, you know, a planet, could attain such a higher level of knowledge than what you currently have.
Like, she's gently enlightened. Like, I'm getting the feeling that this would not be a dictatorship or manipulative or power grab
it's like,
kind of a thing.
Because, I mean, you feel like you've learned as much as you did in your entire, like, career at Mage College just from reading what you have in front of you. And it's also accessible. It's not like these incredibly complex things. It's like reading The Secrets
Like
of Life written on a
yeah.
page. You're like, of course magic works like that. Of course things interact like that. Like, I can understand how she did this or how she made this. It's incredible.
So wonderfully illuminating. And like, maybe even things that I've already kind of known, but seeing it from a different perspective, I'm like, shit, that would have been so much easier if I had read it this way instead of the fucking 40 hours. I am so excited about this, and I'm sure this will affect my opinion about what to do with
yeah, because, I mean, you know,
I can't wait to
knows that she's, you know, if she dies, if this place dies, all of this will be lost.
I definitely don't want her to die so hard. I didn't
Start
want her
shoving
before,
those bags.
And now I definitely don't want her to. I'm just like, fuck, I gotta preserve this. Cool. I'm just gonna keep, like, I probably get more focused the more that I read. So I'm probably not even aware that everybody's gone.
Yeah, it's absolutely fascinating. And so we come to the end of that second day. I think some of you are very sore after a day of meditation and such. And Menetios will, you know, eventually come and pull you all out of these places, since she knew you were there. And you know, at this point in the evening, she'll come back and she just kind of sits in a chair and sort of like stares off into space.
What you doing?
Oh. Sorry, I was thinking, calculating.
Yeah. I know we don't have too much more time here. I did kind of think of a question as she's like readjusting her sore muscles from hours of yoga. So this armor that you made, out of curiosity, since Rem is wearing it, does it affect state of mind at all, or is it just a weapon?
No, wouldn't affect mental faculties. Well, I suppose it would enhance them. The armor, well, it still must be wielded by someone capable, someone powerful. All the armor does is enhance the capabilities of the individual who wears it, ascending those abilities to be on an equal level with gods. So if you just put a fool inside the armor, there's still going to be the fool in the armor. If that makes any sense.
So it doesn't change your ideals or your train of thought at all.
No, that would be very evil. The device itself is not evil. The avatar was intended to be, well, from my perspective, an instrument of good, an instrument of balance.
Gotcha. All right. It seems like an important question to ask as we go about our business here. So.
And I did make it perfectly.
So. Oh, I believe you, hon.
I would say everything I made was perfect, but if that was true, well, then I wouldn't be here. So.
Perfect is relative,
I suppose. How is your friend in the box? She kind of waves at Chess.
Is Chess still there after all this time?
They have nowhere else to go, you know, and every time somebody walks by, they're like, hi, help, please. But
is there any chance that Chess would be able to do any harm by being in here? Like, you could just like settle down and just like boop him back away if it's a problem, right?
We just don't trust. Well, I don't trust him.
I don't have any magical powers as such. I make things. I don't boop or blast or.
Well, no, but I mean, like, make small again and put in a shot glass. Like, that's a good enough boop for me.
I could shrink them up or down.
Do we have access to our magic here?
Yes.
You're fine.
Yeah, but no divine magic, please. Any reaching to the divine would just be a huge beacon.
Well, I'm like shaking my head at the rest of the maidens. I'm like, I mean,
they don't have divine power. They're bard, right? Like, I mean, they're acting like a bard. They're certainly dressing like a bard. That is serving looks times 100 that get up.
No, I mean, if I'm not worried about where they get their magic, I'm talking about how I think half of us get our magic from divine things that we haven't practiced finding the power from within. No,
I can still chop things. Don't worry. They'll be dead.
I'm fine. I've said my piece.
Okay. Manitio says, what did you want me to do?
Do we make him big or we keep him tiny in this place? But I think that I'd be going nuts.
Send him away? Send them away?
I can't send them away or you away. I'm not sure how you got here at the end of the day. I have a theory about how I might get you out of here, but that is certainly something we need to talk about. Much less this person.
Point. They can come back with us.
I have a question. Our little friend, there is literally no way in hell that person's going to be able to access you, right? Like, left to their own devices, and if you choose to ignore them.
While they are in that environment, they can't interact with this space in any way, no.
Okay, so the question now is, we could either just forget about Chess, and then Chess is just there, or maybe we can get some more information. If Chess, I hate to admit this, I don't like it, but maybe having an audience, a mutual audience with Chess while we're hanging out with Minutios. Oh, I don't like that I said that.
I as a point, I would not be comfortable leaving a living creature to starve and die in a box on my table. So,
We did
Right.
give him brisket.
oh,
I mean,
what is the nature of your
We're not-
relationship with this person? I'm a little confused.
Frenemy.
So are we.
Frenemy.
oh, all right.
I mean, between you and me, Minitios, I think he's just doing bard stuff.
Oh,
But we met them in the maze. So they just basically want to document this, and I don't know if, I mean, you probably don't know if a demon bard will be, but basically they're supposed to get information on your lair.
I didn't have anything to do with the creation of demons. That wasn't really my area of specialty.
Good on ya.
But if this is a bar looking to chronicle about me, and well, I'm imminently going to be no more, so actually, I would really enjoy passing on what I can.
It's settled then. Car
I
claps.
just got really excited. Like, by the way, I have some emotional things to share with you about what I've read in your journals. Like, thank you so much for letting me read those. Like, oh my God, girl. My God.
Wonderful. I wish I could share more with your kind.
We could talk about that in a minute.
Would there be any way, aside from just strict dictation, that you could make copies of any of the journals that you have, or?
I don't have enough time. I suspect that when I see you out of here, that will be the moment of exposure. Everyone will know I'm here, and I think my days are numbered at that point. Copying full tomes requires a great deal of time.
Okay,
I really can't do anything to stop that. Oh, this is gonna eat at me for life, Minitios.
I mean, as much as I appreciate your desire, I've played it over in my head so many times. There are hundreds of gods. Even if some of them were all right with allowing me to live, there are many, many more that would not be. That's just the nature of it. But we've already decided this, so if you'd like to bring up this person, I can certainly do that.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
She reaches down, into the box and pulls out this tiny individual, and making them large.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
And you do, and she sets them down very carefully on the ground, and right before your eyes, like a tree growing in rapid motion, you see Chess appears in front of you, and they look freckled and frazzled, and all of their stuff has been hastily thrown in their pack as Minitios just picked them up, and they kind of smooth the wrinkles on their outfit and go, well, Minitios, it is a pleasure to finally meet you. I am honored to stand in the presence of one such as yourself. And they do this flourishing bow, and Minitios is like, and looks at the rest of you all.
Bards. But I don't know what else to say.
They're a little extra.
But we love them.
Just, straightens up immediately, reading the room, and is like, I am so sorry. I did not mean to make you uncomfortable. I have traveled a great distance, Minitios, to meet you and just to hear your story, to capture it, to bring it back, if you will allow me, to the world. It has been so long since Titans have walked this world, and myself and several of my fellows are curious to know everything. And Minitios is uh, again, kind of awestruck, and looks around and, I guess you can write while I'm working? And Chess is like, prefer. I am merely a scribe, a chronicler. I am here. My pen is at your service. And Manetios is like, okay. Uh, and looks back around at all of you. Is there anything else you need, or guess I should get back to work?
I mean, do you need anything? Do you just prefer? I mean, you've been working alone all this time, but you have extra hands now. If you need help, I'm
I
here.
don't. It's nice of you, but I don't think you could keep up at the rate I need. Just to be honest. So I didn't mean to insult you.
It's all right. I mean, I'm pretty fast. Not that it really matters. I'm not insulting or anything.
Also, just grabbing utensils doesn't take a whole lot of skill. We could just hand you things.
Hand you. Here's your hammer.
No, I get it. I get it. Yeah. I
mm.
just wondered.
Okay, then I'm gonna go, and I guess you can come with me. She looks at Jess.
Kara's gonna insist on going with. She'll say, "Wait, just in case," and we'll insist on going with them, just in case Jess really does want to kill Manetios. Kara will be there to stop it. Just curious.
I hear this and I'm like desperately wanting to stay and finish reading all of the books that are in this room, and I kind of just want to look at Kara. I use my telepathy feat. I'm like, Kara, do you want me to go with you? I'm happy to, but like, I'm happy to also stay reading these books. What do you want, girl?
I mean, if Manetios is gonna be sharing the knowledge that she's gonna share with Chess, then I mean, you probably want to hear that too.
Okay, cool. Fuck. Okay.
Grab
I grabbed
Barnadel's
the
hand.
book that I grabbed the book that I'm reading, and I'm like, I show Minitios, and I'm like, I'm letting you know because I want to finish reading this, and then I grab Kara's hand.
Okay. And she'll come with the big party people, and she touches the same spot she's been going to, and you all are instantly transported to this workshop that looks almost identical to the workshop in which you finished that final chess piece, with just a few differences. This one seems to be more cramped, more crowded, more full of stuff. Maybe this is her favorite of the workshops she's made in several iterations. And it is hot. There is already, the bright glow of the forge that has been going and smelting materials already. And she'll, let you find like a wooden stool and kind of sit you down, Kara, and Chess sits next to you, and Chess, take out all their papers, just waiting like a school kid to hear exactly what Manetius is going to say. That's very funny, chat. So yeah, and Chess begins to ask Manetios questions as she starts to, move around the workshop, picking up different materials. It's really fascinating to watch Kara. The way Manetios is pulling from these pools of just raw magic, and the way she shapes it the same way you would metal. You're like, oh my God, I would never be able to hold things like the heat or like the way, and so quickly through the process as she's folding this blade and these metals over and over again. It's like Damask magic that she's making here before your eyes. And Chess is a really good interviewer. You realize as they are asking these questions and just getting to know Manetios, and you are starting to hear so much of what her world was like before the gods. And, at the beginning of time, when all the Titans were so curious and interested in shaping a world and dreaming about what that world would look like, and how that changed and became the world you all know today. I think it's a really amazing conversation you're witnessing.
If only there was some way we could record it.
Chess is there, writing it all down. And you see, Chess has come with volumes, blank volumes. You think some of those books, those scrolls they were carrying, it was all blank in anticipation of hearing this. And you notice at a certain point, too, they have a pen that seems to move of its own accord. That's taking sub-notes in one section while they are writing in another.
Man, I have a fancy quill. I wish I remembered what it did.
Damn, fancy quill.
Oh, from episode 69. I'll never remember.
I think it was Arnadel who got the fancy quill. I think it writes for you. I think it's exactly what it is. I think it's the same thing that Jess has. But yeah, is there anything you are doing, saying, interjecting in this process?
No, Kara would definitely, let the master work. She definitely is just enjoying listening to this.
Yeah.
So
real quick. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh,
no, and she would just also be very, closely studying, all of what Menetios is doing in her technique of smithing, because that's something that Kara definitely wants to take back with her to see this true master with their tools at work.
Yeah, for sure. So real quick, just to catch you up, Britt, you all were sat forge almost identical to the magic space you were in before, that workshop where you made the chess piece. And Chess honestly seems to be a masterful interviewer who is asking all of these questions of Menetios and just, filling up these tomes and tomes as they lead these, these amazing questions about what the world was like when it was just the Titans and what that process of creation looked like and deciding to make the world.
I'm sure that's giving me a lot of insight too, because I suck at asking questions unless they're oddly specific, but I absorb better than I broadcast, I guess. So I just don't know. I don't know chess. I can't read them.
You literally can't because they have a mask over their face. Constantly.
Yeah, I sincerely, that's what's so off-putting to me. I think if I were able to have a little bit more of a maskless or unfiltered interaction, it would make me feel more at ease. But honestly, it's run across my mind that maybe chess and us have the exact same thing in common with this fascination with Menetios, especially after reading all of those books written by Menetios. So I'm
And you can tell, this is not a ruse. Chess has certainly interviewed people like this before, chronicled things, just based on the conversations, the way they're talking to Menetios, and it's a masterful interview style.
Yeah, that can be impressive, but them as a person, their ultimate end game is what I'm not comfortable with because I don't know. But I can appreciate them being incredibly professional.
Yeah. And so while this is happening, I imagine this takes almost the rest of the time. I think, you're coming towards the end of the third day while this is happening. So Farah and Saye, you have more time together once again. Are you returning to your spot? Is anything different day 2 of this training?
I feel like Farah will go through 4 yoga, I don't even know what they're called in real life, the routines, flows, I guess.
The flows.
And then she just pops down on her butt and she's like, I don't know if this is the thing for me. I don't, maybe just meditation today, please. Just a little meditation.
Yeah. Yeah. We can definitely take a longer meditation.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You're doing really well with the yoga. Don't be discouraged, if anything. As long as you're open-minded.
Oh yeah. It's just that when I move at all, everything hurts. So that
gets better with practice.
Bear that in mind.
It's so unfortunate that you don't have that much time to practice.
2 days.
2 days montage. I've learned how to unlock my inner power. No worries.
Yeah, and so I think at this point she just kind of takes her seat and she's like, so tell me when you're meditating, how do you do it? Because at this point mostly it's I sit there and I close my eyes and I try to tell my brain to shut up, and then it doesn't work.
Sounds like
It's not always
meditating
the
real life
same.
for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an easy thing to get to, right, when you haven't really ever done it before. And it's not always the same experience. Sometimes it's just trying to find your breath again. If something feels misaligned, it brings you back to your center and it connects you to yourself again. Sometimes I'm really struggling to shut everything else out as well. Sometimes I feel like I've completely disappeared off the face of the planet, and I'm sitting inside myself, and I'm just not in my body anymore. And I think that it might be what you're expecting uh, from this, but it's not an easy thing to come to. And I don't know what the process is for you when channeling your magic and how it comes to you. Uh, Maybe focus on how that happens for you when you are using your magic, and if you can find those same feelings when you're doing these other practices with me.
Okay. Okay. Well, normally I would think it's almost like every time I use it, it's like a little prayer. Thank you for letting me do this and help people. Thank you for letting me do this and help myself, whatever it is. But maybe I can send that to myself instead.
I think that
In
sounds like the perfect thing to try.
see, okay,
Perhaps learning to worship yourself in your own power.
okay. Oh God, this feels really sacrilege. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay. um. All right. Well, let's shavasana at this point because I'm dying. I gotta be
Girl,
honest with you. I'm
That's my favorite
dying.
too. Let's do it.
And Farrah's gonna just like lay down and do her best to like do everything, like do that, and basically like thank herself for that super sick fireball, thank for blah 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 blah, whatever it is, and try to like just do everything that she thinks she's supposed to, and like visualize what is my essence and think about that image and stuff like that, and lay there and hopefully not fall asleep.
Yeah. Uh and you're doing it, and I think it's that feeling we all experience, when you do a yoga class or you like work out for like 3 days and you're like, I don't feel anything happening, but I know this is probably how it starts. I think I've been there so many times.
Oh.
I'm sure we all know. You're like, I guess, but you're not sure. I mean, until you cast and try, you've been casting one way your entire life. You don't know how you're going to change that. You have 15 levels that you've cast in one way of your life. That's not insignificant.
15 levels of praise be. Oh God. Yeah.
So
So I think she like sits there and she's like thinking of what she wants herself to be as a sorcerer and like pull from like her heritage instead of something else. And she's like, I am a hellfire with a healing light. And she's like sitting there for probably like 3 hours, and eventually like Saya, you can just hear like healing light. Like,
oh
just
yeah.
pass out.
So I think, Saya, you do notice this, and you also notice that the astral sea up above you has changed from this light purple to this deep inky navy color, indicating that it's probably the night now of this third day. And all of you are pulled back. Arnadel, Kara, finally Menetios swings the hammer, and you've gotten so used to the sound of it that when it stops, it takes you a minute to realize this. And Chess kind of closes their book And Menetios looks down at what she has on her anvil. And she says, "It's done."
Oh, holy shit. Okay. Wow. That was something.
And she, picks up what she has. These two brass knuckles that she, holds in her hands. She kind of turns them over, looking at them, and she's like, "That's it.
Wait,
I'm done."
and Kara extends her hands out to ask for them, and she says, "I want to present these to Saye."
Okay. And she hands them over to you, and there's like a moment where she holds on to them a little bit too long, but she lets go. And you all find yourselves back all of a sudden in this studio space, all there, all standing around each other.
I feel very solemn. Like, I don't feel happy about this.
I don't think anyone feels happy about this.
I guess thank you for doing this, and I don't know what you're thinking right now, but just know that no one here will ever forget what you've done for our people, our planet, and for us personally.
Yeah. She kind of waves a hand at Kara, like to show the things.
Mm-hmm. And Kara is going to slowly step up to Saye and then plant her sort of like axe into the ground and kneel before Saye, and she is going to say, "Saye Nor, what a fucking journey we have been on, from killing wolves with maggots crawling out of their eyes to taking down an anathema and a lightning worm that lives in the sand and beseeching greater beings for help. Through all of this, I could not imagine a more wonderful companion to share with, because your passion for justice and right and wrong and your commitment to all of us has been extraordinary. And I could only trust these," as she'll pull out the brass knuckles to Saye, to like slip her hands through, her fingies through.
Saya's eyes are going wide as hell. Like, ooh.
They're beautiful. They're exactly how you imagined, with that shining gold and these large inset gems, right?
Mhm.
In the knuckles where you would do the punch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I could only present such a weapon to someone I consider truly an equal in all respects. I know you're gonna do us proud.
Oh my God, Kara. You incredible, noble dwarf goddess princess queen. I can't believe this. Get up. She like lifts you up, gives you the strongest goddamn bear hug, and is like, I couldn't do any of that without all of you. You are my fucking sisters. I love you all. We're doing this together.
Oh, group hug. Big old
Say
group
that's all
hug.
fist bump, but I'm really scared of your knuckles now.
Yeah, it's very frightening.
I won't wear them yet. I haven't put them on yet. I'm just cradling them.
Oh, I think we got a brief lag in the video on Twitch.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
refresh and it's okay.
Okay, refresh and it's okay, everybody. Refresh. Refresh all. Okay, it's back. Refresh, everyone. Typing in chat. Wow, that moment was too beautiful. The
was
internet
really
couldn't
sweet.
handle it.
It truly
and
cannot
you-
contain.
Yeah.
You even see, I mean, you see Manitios also kind of puts a hand like to the side of her face and, you know, looks at you all and she's like, you know, sorry, you remind me a lot of friends I had and it's nice.
Pull her
So-
into the group hug too, obviously.
Yeah,
Get in here, girl.
Get in here, girl!
Come on in. There's room for more.
And then Chess is
All
in the
right,
corner,
Chess.
Like, yay!
He trapped me in a box for a day and a half, but cool.
Okay.
All is forgiven.
We're friends now. And so you know, group hug ends, and she said, "Okay, this is this is ridiculous." I made a device, a gateway, in hopes that one day I would be able to leave this place. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case, but I do think that it will be able to get you out of here and take you to any destination you want to go. When the device is active, it will be reaching towards your material plane. So that will be the point that all gods, if they're watching, will know I'm here. So this is it. Once you pass through, I don't think you'll be able to reach me anymore.
If this is the last time we're gonna see you, I wouldn't be okay with myself if I didn't make this suggestion for you. But I don't know if you can put all of your mazes together and open the gates for all these lives that you've created so that not all of them have to be alone. I feel like that would be a great gift to your children.
I mean, I suppose. I guess it is sort of like how we did things in the beginning. I guess here there can be another world. Maybe I'll have the time. Maybe I won't. I don't know.
I just hope that this go around you can have the relationship that you want with your children.
Starting
Because you
to
are a good
suspect that no one
person.
ever gets that.
When they're older.
Maybe. But you should go and do they fit? She asks Saye.
Oh, now I put them on.
Mhm.
Uh,
They fit perfectly to your hands, as if they were made for you, and they were.
I mean, yeah, they're perfect and beautiful.
Good. And you don't mind taking Chess with you? I don't trust the safety of anyone left here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can hitch a ride.
You can't. I know we can't reach out to you, but I mean, I would just be bothered to not ask. Is it possible for you to contact us if you ever wanted to?
No, I can't from here, but and she like looks around and grabs like a loose bolt on a table, and she'll clasp her hands over it for a moment and close her eyes, and then gives it to you. And it's just like a little iron bolt. If this all works out and you do whatever you can, that will allow you to get back here. If I'm still here, you'll come here and you can let me know, and maybe I can come with you.
I take that and I have my bag of holding, and within my bag of holding, I have a secret extra special pocket, and that's where it's going. And I'm like,
Extra holding.
oh my God. I got really excited about this for like selfish reasons, like knowledge pursuit, but also for just everybody's like, I know we all want to make sure Menetios is okay.
If I'm dead, it won't work, but who knows?
Well, the whole point of me asking is because I want to avoid that as much as possible. So I hope that means something to you. We didn't just show up here to get this thing from you.
No,
You know?
I'm glad you came. It's good to have a bookend. My life was just sort of the same every day over and over, not knowing, which was almost worse.
Mm.
Now I know, and honestly more at peace with it.
I hope, and I hold the bolt up. I'm like, I hope this gives you the same kind of hope that it's giving me right now. I hope. But this is a meaningful thing, and to me this is like an optimism for being able to use this. So
Yeah. Hopefully I'll see you all soon.
Yeah, me too.
So, where would you like to go?
The Elysium Keep.
Yeah, I think we really want to go to the Elysium Keep. I got a necklace to give a lady.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
you do.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yes, I completely forgot.
I've got some fruit of the loins to gather.
Okay.
Farah, before we all leave, is gonna give Menetios one last hug, and she's gonna say to her, in the end, no matter what happens, I just hope you know that you were such a good mom for your children with the sacrifices that you decided to make.
Okay. Well, get out there and do me proud.
I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna like either also join the hug, and I'm like, I read all of your writing, and I have never felt so illuminated in my life.
Oh, that's good. Maybe it'll inspire you to publish something.
I mean, I would rather just continue studying the things that you've written about.
Well, maybe we'll get that chance.
Yeah.
And she turns around and you see that she has a few rings that she's wearing on her finger, and she laces her hands together in this interesting pattern. And as she changes the shape of her hands, you see this swirling portal opens up in front of you all that forms kind of this circle of just swirling energy. If you step through that, you'll arrive at your destination. Good luck.
Good luck to you too.
Thank you. From the bottom of my heart.
Go on.
Yeah, I'll link arms with Chess and walk through with them.
Oh, we're about to bring Chess to the Elysium Keep. Yo.
Yeah.
Should keep an eye on them. I
Yeah.
feel pretty good about them now, but
Worst case, Rana can have a
can't
room.
hurt.
I bet Isolde would love to meet Chess. I would love.
Isolde is a fucking mess, we last heard. So let's find out about that.
She's still powerful.
Yeah, Farah is gonna take one last look back and walk through the gate.
You all step through. And you do. And as you do, you find yourselves at the bottom of very familiar stone steps. Before you, you see those steps that continue on and upwards towards this fortress made of stone, floating in the heart of this mountain, suspended by magic. these statues of griffins lining each side of the walkway. And it's odd. You know, you've been to the Elysium Keep so many times, but so much has happened since you were last here. And you have a moment to take in that before Farah, your head explodes with a bunch of just magic messages, you feel like, as just like all of this chattering noise comes to your brain. It's like you're getting 15 message spells at once. It's like this backlog of things that you are receiving, telling you to, like, where are you? What's your status? Come immediately to the council room. What's going on? It all just hits you at once. So...
I think she responds to like one of the 15 message spells. Like she's like, "Fuck, we'll be there in a minute. We're back."
So I guess the rest of you don't get anything, but I think there's some kind of physical reaction, Farah, that just this
I think
inundation of messages.
She says it in her head, but she says it out loud too because it's just such a like overwhelming sensation. Guys, council room. Oh my god. 15?
It's like when you take your phone off airplane mode and all of a sudden you've got like 30 notifications and you're like, really?
Yeah, and there was a whole work emergency that they figured out on the entire time over the course of 4 hours. But you got the whole story. Yeah. I walked out of the store and like, it's fine. I called the police, and you're like, just like, oh my god.
Oh my god, what happened?
Like, such a touching moment. Instantly a migraine.
Yeah, instant.
I didn't get anything from Aaron, especially since his sister. Oh, I didn't get anything from Aaron. His absence is resounding.
No, it's just Farah who's got all of these messages. So you all are standing at the bottom of the steps. Do you proceed up and into the Elysium Keep once again?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure. Should we
What was
direct
that
Chess
saying?
to the middle sister, or do we take
Yeah,
them with
Chess
us?
is like, oh, this is back here again.
I'm sorry, what?
Sorry if that's an inconvenience.
No, you know that Chess was brought to the Elysium Keep for questioning. That's
Yeah.
where they met Butterscotch and were
Yes.
able to get it.
Okay.
So.
Got it. I forgot that. I was like, oh, what?
Maybe
Yeah.
you go grab a pint. We got some. Oh my god. Okay.
If you don't mind, I would really love to hear what's going on from your perspective. This tale is unfolding to be quite the drama.
Okay.
Oh,
We'll
welcome.
get drinks later.
When you
I
write
mean-
about me, Chess, so beautiful, glistening.
Oh, like a gorgeous flame, an untamable yet radiant.
Well, yes. Oh my god, you've captured me.
I know, dear.
and she just like suddenly cuts off. She's like, "Fuck. Okay, we gotta go because this shit is not stopping. It's just what? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'll see you later."
So you can make your way up the long stone steps towards the courtyard doors that swing open upon your arrival. And you see immediately that there are lots of people at the Elysium Keep. As you step into that central courtyard area, there are people training, people in full garb, people walking around chatting, lounging about in different groups. You notice that all of these people, I mean, they're dressed similarly to you, adventurers, dressed to the nines, with weaponry, with armor. It's probably
Ooh.
safe to assume these might be all the other agents of the Sisters of Sorrow. It's way more people than you've ever seen here at one time.
Oh. Interesting.
You want to continue your way up towards
Yeah.
the council
I
room?
want to find out what the fuck is going on.
Paranoid. That's what
Yeah.
it sounds like.
Yeah, I'm super twitchy. It's like all the things. Like yes, I am. Very. I also don't like chess.
Just right there.
In case you missed my
Mhm.
thoughts, we don't like chess.
So continue up the familiar stairs, having to push past people as you do so, coming and going. People who don't seem to recognize you because, you know, you're not around a lot, they're not around a lot. You all just kind of work here. So you make your...
Do we?
Yeah. Y'all have rooms here. They have rooms here that they barely spend any time in as well. So you push your way into the council room and you see Christoph is there in his kind of familiar spot you've come to recognize, poring over maps and papers. Standing beside him is Aaron, who looks different than when you last saw him. Arnadel.
Different how?
Older, wiser, maybe.
I told you.
Tired.
Do I look different? No, that's the first thought that I have. Like seeing him changed. I'm like, do I look like we've been through some shit?
You don't know.
I'm gonna kind of drop diplomacy and like run to him.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
talk about sight for sore eyes. Like,
oh, and he does. Like as you all step in, I mean, Christoph and Aaron both look shocked. And yeah, you run to Aaron, and he holds you and is like, Arnadel, it's so good to see you. How are you okay? Where have you been?
I'm just gonna fucking plant one on him.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
my.
he'll lean into it. It's definitely, you know, strange, but he'll
Strange.
like because he's so shocked that you're there.
I mean,
yeah. And Christoph looks at the rest of you. It's like, what happened?
How long have
Communications-
we been gone?
Well, you left, I don't know, for the Crones Desert almost a month at this point in total. And we had no communication from you whatsoever.
oh, it's only been a month.
I thought it'd been like 12 years. Damn.
I'm mad that he's not a silver fox yet.
Right?
I'm sure if I may, he is.
So
He definitely
honestly,
is.
it seems like time was moving about the same pace as when you were there and not, because it did take you some time to cross the Crones Desert and whatever. It's been like, though, we haven't had any communication from you. We got messages from Ravane a few days ago that you had left and no word from there. So, of course, I was concerned. And Farah, I mean, with everything we have to do now, there's lots of things for you to approve to sign. Aaron has called back all of the agents, and we have Valerius working on magical defenses around the keep, but we're all on standby. The Sarina's forces are ready to move whatever your orders are.
Stop,
We're ready
stop. Where is Isolde?
And there's like a chilly silence that goes across the room as Aaron now is kind of like patting you on the back, Arnadel, in a very weird, like not very romantic way, and looking at Christoph, and I assumed you knew what happened.
We haven't had communication with you guys. I think you could assume that would go both ways. What the fuck happened?
Well, Isolde, some time ago, a couple weeks at this point, began to speak. It was the voice of the sisters that came out that made it very and perfectly clear that Isolde was no longer to lead the Sisters of Sorrow, that Farah was to step in charge, and well, Isolde fainted, and hours later she woke up and had no powers, no connections to the sisters.
But she's
That's
alive.
Fuck.
Where is she though?
She's alive? Is she here?
Well, they made it clear that I should send her away, or she was no longer welcome at the keep, but I didn't think that was right. So she's here.
Oh my god, thank God. Oh my God.
I believe she's working with Gidget on something.
Awkward.
Yeah,
I wanna
it's
put my
extremely
hand on-
awkward. They look so uncomfortable. Like everybody in this room right now.
That's why I want to put my hand like comfortingly, but like mutually on Kristoff's shoulder. Like, I am so glad you're the kind person that we all know and love. You know, you follow orders, but also like, I would never forgive you if you had banished Isolde after something like that.
I was hoping that all of you could explain what happened. This seemed to come out of nowhere. And while, of course, Farah, your leadership has been deemed by our patrons, so it is the right choice, but, well, we are all sort of confused. And we've been trying to do the best we can.
Well, first things first, if I'm in charge, people come first. So these papers can wait. We are going to speak to Isolde, and I can look at them later. And when I decide that,
I mean, we have almost 100 agents back on site, just waiting for orders, and more pouring in every day. We need to know where to be spending our resources with them. I mean, if you're talking about people, there's that, and then Duke Ravain and Serena Sariel are standing by with their forces as well, and you just see papers getting like pushed into your
and she
hands
just
as he continues
pushes them
to
right back, and she's like, "Yep." And we've been gone for a month, so another day isn't going to kill anyone.
And Kristoff just... Okay. Well, if you would speak to Isolde quickly, please, and return here. We really have a lot we need to cover.
That's fair. Back.
We're about to spill the tea.
We invite Kristoff. Should we have our council in the bar? I feel like it's totally appropriate.
That'll be
so
way
great.
more efficient.
The council room is now the middle sister.
I feel like we need to bond
Yes.
over this type
Yes.
of discussion with our council. We could get like a reservation party room. It doesn't have to
Nassim, are
be
you
like...
talking? You're muted.
Sorry. Yeah. I was saying how it's like nothing has changed from when we were in college and we were supposed to be working on stuff. Instead, we go to a bar to
And we're like,
work
we'll
on
work
stuff.
there.
I will
Never
totally
happened.
work on my paper while I'm at the bar.
Yeah, I've done that.
Same.
I've also had consultations at a bar. It works.
All right. So Kristoff seems very intent on staying here, but of course, Farah, you are the new Sisters of Sorrow leader. If you command Kristoff to come with you, he will come with you.
Oh, he can wait.
He
For me.
loves following rules.
And Aaron as well sort of looks around and then looks to you, Farah.
Oh my god, I hate this so fucking much. Stay here.
Oh,
Or do whatever. I don't care. Well, work starts tomorrow. Or whenever I'm done with this conversation. Thanks for holding really though. Thanks for holding everything down. I appreciate you. Bonus later this month? Paycheck? Okay. Cool.
You get a
Kristoff will
raise.
shake
You get a
his
raise.
head like, no, it's not in the budget.
No, sorry. Drinks on me.
And Aaron will catch your hand, Arnadel, and say, "Can we talk later?"
please. I want to do it now. I was hoping when I mentioned the council go to the bar, I mean that includes all of us.
I've
So we can catch
I've got
up.
a lot of things I have to do here, but maybe after this is done, I'm sure Kristoff would like to steal Farah for a couple hours. So
Oh my god, that
we'll
sounds
have
like
some
hell.
time.
And I'm like, I probably look like absolute hot trash garbage, but I cannot not indulge in being a little bit frisky, and I'm like, oh, I could occupy you for a couple hours. But I said it. I would probably say it a little bit more. Nope, definitely not. Arnadel is not suave. She probably said it just like that.
And that curl of his lip cracks through this haggard exterior that he has. I'm like really looking forward to it.
Oh my god, me too. My god. Anyway, I'll see you later tonight.
And you want to head out towards, so Isolde is apparently helping Gidget with something. You want to head there?
Yes.
Kara's like, oh my god, are we heading there? Why are we going?
Wait, why are we going there?
She's just giving you so many looks. That's the last place I want to be right now.
Want to go there?
Wait. Can't we summon Isolde? You're the boss lady.
That's not how I'm gonna.
I'm just
run
thinking
this.
about Kara. I'm like, I mean, but.
Oh my god, Kara! And Farrah just like turns to you, like makes you turn towards her, and like licks her thumb, like gets a smudge off you, and like does the zhuzh to the curls, and she's like, "We're gonna see your lady. This is happening because I need to know from the person who was ousted what the fuck is going on." I'm okay. I'm fine. This is fine. Guys, why am I in charge again? Okay. This is what we're gonna, maybe a small council. I can say whatever I want, right?
Totally.
Yeah. Yes, you can.
Okay. Yes. That's what's gonna happen when I talk to people. But now Isolde and Gidget. Oh my god, yeah, I don't blame you, Kara. This is the fucking worst situation in the world for you. I'm sorry that this is happening, but we gotta go. And she just starts walking down the hall.
Okay. And you all can make your way towards Gidget's workshop. Kara, you know the place well. As you wind your way there, and you do slide open, the familiar kind of garage doors into this space. And you see Gidget's workshop is as in much chaos as it ever was, maybe even more right now. You see a lot of arms and armor have been stacked up on the various tables. It looks like and feels like the Elysium Keep is basically getting ready for a war that they don't know exactly where it's coming from, but everybody's just trying to do their best. And the workshop is no exception here. And as you look down, the long rows of tables, you only see one person here. And you recognize, Isolde's kind of pale hair has been piled up onto her head, and she's not wearing the robes you've always seen her in, just kind of these simple brown linen clothes. And her back is to you as you see she's pulling a thread as she's stitching together some armor padding on this long table in front of her where there's just stacks of broken, busted pieces of armor that she seems to be repairing.
Kara will definitely make a point of striding in first, and you can definitely, I'm sure, Isolde will hear the clanking of her boots in this workshop, and will go and put a soft hand on Isolde's shoulder.
Yeah, and as you do, Isolde kind of cringes almost, and then tries to straighten herself back up to that posture, that severe posture, and she spins around, taking you all in, and kind of nods, and she looks different, almost like she's always been pale, but sort of drawn, lifeless in a way. And she looks at all of you and she says, so here we all are. And I think that's where we're going to end today's episode.
I don't like it.
So many feels.
There's a lot going on. Oh boy. Thank you all so much for being here. Before we say more words, let's pull that dice giveaway winner. Let's do it. Thank you all for sticking with us through technical difficulties and a longer than usual session. So dice giveaway winner, pay attention in the chat. Make sure to claim when your name gets called here. Who's our winner?
It's True Chaotic Raven.
True Chaotic Raven, let us know if you're here in the chat with a claim and a message. Thank you all. Wow, that was an episode. A lot of things happening. I wonder what's going to happen next time. I don't know. How you all doing?
I don't know. I don't know.
You're in charge now.
Really bothered at his old treatment. And I'm very glad that Kristoff had a fucking heart. But outside of that, why is she in rags?
She's not in rags. She's just in normal people clothing.
She just doesn't look very healthy.
Yeah. She's not in rags. She's just like what a commoner would be wearing. Certainly not a priestess.
She's not a commoner, though. She's the cousin of the Tsarina.
I mean, she gave that up to be a cleric
Commoner.
of the Sisters of Sorrow. So
No, but like, just because you're of common status doesn't mean you have to be wearing...
she's wearing comfortable clothes. What's wrong with that? I'm sitting here.
She's wearing a hoodie and some sweatpants.
All right,
and she's
all
good.
right. all right. I tuned in at the wrong moment.
Okay. We need some clarification, Sage, real quick on that giveaway winner. It looks like we said 2. It looks like we pulled Will in the draw. Will Mill?
Oh no, I meant to reject it after I clicked accept on True Chaotic Ravenclaw. That's weird.
Oh no! Oh no! You know what? Message us both. We'll make sure you both get goodies, even if it's not a double set of dice. But thank you so much for entering. Be sure to message us your information. So thank you, everybody, so much for joining us for episode 96. We are going to be back now on our usual schedule. We promise every other week we're going to be back here. So we will be back on the 3rd. And of course, you can catch us next week for Rime of the Frost Maiden, episode 4. So... my name is Celeste Conowich, and I have been your Dungeon Master.
My name is Brittany, and I have been your pessimistic and paranoid Moon Elf Warlock Arnadeladil.
I'm Katie, and I've been playing Faravalin, the Tiefling Sorceress.
I'm Nassim. I was your human monk, your souped-up human monk, Cyanor.
And I am Sage, and I have been your ready-to-romance barbarian, Cara Brynhilda.
Oh, now you're a princess, and she's a commoner. Maybe it'll work. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. Do make sure, if you enjoyed the show, to please follow, subscribe. Make sure to follow us on social media at Venture Maidens. Everywhere, we've got some really exciting announcements that are going to be coming up in the next month or so. So please do make sure to follow us, because big things are happening on the channel. Thank you. Like I said, yeah, be back on Friday for Sage. Tell us.
Oh boy, we're having our 3rd episode of The Rising Hunger this Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. PST, and something very, very cool. We are having a special guest on this episode and the next episode. Megan Markle, the editor of the module that I'm running, Empire of the Ghouls, is going to be our super cool special guest, who is going to be a super kick-ass artificer. And yes,
that will be so cool. And of course, you can always check Nassim and I out Monday nights on the Roll20 app channel, playing Burn Bright. And like I said, next Wednesday, we'll be here playing Rime of the Frost Maiden, episode 4. That is also getting very creepy. So, you know, things are weird all over the place. So every Wednesday, find us. Thank you all so much. And until next time...
Venture away!
Venture away, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.